Starting off this hour, though, is my Pro Football Hall of Fame friend, joining us by way of our his company, Defy, which we always like to talk about when he calls in. Number 30 in your program, number 1 in your heart. And I'm not talking about Philip Lindsay. I'm talking about Terrell Davis. How are you, TD?
What's going on, man? Good morning.
How's life?
Life is good. Life's good. I can't complain. I can't.
Kids online learning. Kids online learning in the Davis household.
Yeah, well, they start up. What's today? They start Tuesday. They start next Tuesday. So they get everything ramped up, and we'll be back at home being teachers and parents and counselors. And,
okay. Yep.
And judges and all that stuff.
How's the iPad time in the house? How's that working, TD?
Oh, all rules have been thrown out, man. All the rules have been thrown out. Like it's been ridiculous. We had this rule about an hour a day, please. I mean, it went from an hour a day to like, you know what, man, just take it because just have it.
Have you tapped out? Have you tapped the helmet?
Tapped out.
You tapped the helmet?
Tapped out, man. Tapped out. Had to, bro. Hey, it's either that or it's like you have a choice, man, to keep your sanity, right?
Yes.
Keep your sanity, or you just got to tap out. And so the fight, we fought the good fight. Is what we fought the good fight.
So hold on a second. Are you saying your kids again? I think we have the kids of the same age, although yours might be a little younger. So how old are your kids?
Yeah, 9, 7, and 5.
Okay, so basically, in terms of iPad time and your rules of screen time in the Davis household, you and your lovely wife decided you got around, you stuck in there right around midfield, and then you just started running the ball and punted. That's basically what you did. 3 and out, right around midfield. You stalled out, and you punted. That's what
Matter
you did.
of fact, we would punt on 3rd down sometimes. We didn't want to get the 4th down. We do a quick kick. There we go. Bam, have it.
Oh, man. All right, TD, let's talk a little bit of ball. I am high on your Broncos, man. I'm very high on them.
Smart man.
No, I'm serious. I'm not just saying that for you because you're here and I know but I kind of dig the way Drew Lock finished. I like it. I like the addition of Melvin Gordon. Jerry Jeudy dropped to them, and they just jumped on it for a good reason. Jumped on that kid from Alabama. I like the receivers the way they were coming along. If I'm not mistaken, a particular Wolverine at tight end is finally healthy in Jake Booty, who was dynamite. So you got the little. Hey, don't laugh! Don't laugh,
That's
man.
Your buddy, man.
Yeah, he is.
Come on, man.
I got to throw it out there. Defensively, I think Fangio's got them all buying in. Year 2. What do you? Am I on to something here? Or am I?
I like your analysis, man. I like your observations. Yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement in Denver. Talking to people there, and you talked about it. Just to see a quarterback that they really feel like this is the one. For many years since I guess Peyton Manning. Denver's been trying to find that signal caller, trying to find that the guy who occupies the most important position in the sport, and it's been a turnstile since. And so, what we saw last year with Drew Lock coming in the last 5 games, and he went 4-1 down the stretch, and just really got people excited. Not only from just the standpoint of going 4-1, but there's just the swag that he has, the kind of, football IQ. I mean, the man at Missouri, he had like a different coordinator every year. So he's got a real good football IQ. Guys love him. They like being around him. He's got that, infectious personality. He's got that it factor. When he comes on the field, you feel like you got a chance to win. And that's important for a quarterback to have that. So, yeah, I mean, so that's one. And then you talked about the weapons they surrounded him with. Cortland Sutton was already there, but you bring in a Jerry Jeudy, a KJ Hamler, and, you get Alvaro, and you still got Noah Fant and your boy Jake Booty, as you call him, from Missouri. From Michigan. And if he can, if he obviously can stay healthy, I think that's the key there. And then Freeman and, you obviously got Lindsey and Gordon. So
they got Fant, too, who suddenly, was dynamic when Drew Lock started. You know what I mean? Like that.
Yeah.
That's so. Are they my sleeper team for 2020? Because that's the way I've been leaning, TD.
They could be, man. I mean, listen, I'm not speaking from the homer's position here. I think legitimately, when you talk about the defense, where they got Terrell Casey from Tennessee, and he's got a point to prove. Shelby Harris, they re-signed him, and you got Von Miller, and remember this whole or last year, Bradley Chubb missed significant time. He wasn't even there. This is the second year in this system, and you hear that from a lot of players. They talk about how complex Vic Fangio's defense is, and so to be able to go through it for a second time. Now I know they didn't have the off season or regular mini camps and OTAs, but still, just to be in that system for a second time, I think these guys are going to be great. I mean, and then Bryce Callahan, he didn't play last year. He came over with Vic Fangio, and then Kareem Jackson, man, one of the best. We got probably one of the best safety tandems in the game, and I say we, but Kareem Jackson and Justin Simmons. So, AJ Bouye. So I just think from all the things that I'm seeing, the pieces that are in place, the confidence of this young team, yes, I think they can definitely be a sleeper team, and I'm picking them to. Kansas City's going to be hard to knock off.
I was about to say. Unfortunately, Kansas City appears to be able to make a run. It's difficult to say that the one that the Patriots just had, because you're talking about 20 years of a coach and quarterback hooked at the hip, and the AFC West, I think, is much tougher and will have a lot more continuity within it than the AFC East did in the 20 years of the Brady-Belichick rule. But it sure looks like the Chiefs are set up for a nice long run here, TD.
Yeah. I mean, you just look at it. I mean, their foundational pieces are pretty young. I mean, Kelsey's in his like the 8th year, I believe. But other than that, you have a young quarterback who's already proven, has already achieved and accomplished so much in his young career. The weapons that they have around him, it's just like one of those things where you say, what could derail this team? And typically, I'd say a few things. One is if they had a rash of injuries. That's the one thing we can never project or predict, having injuries. I think the second thing would be if they were to start looking back at 2019, and it's always about, okay, when we take the field, we're going to win, and, because we've always won. And that you have to stay in the now. They can get their minds into the now and plan 2020 as if they didn't win a championship. They have to maintain that hunger. Or you might have a team that just matches up with them. Remember, I don't know if you remember early in the season last year where they played Detroit and then they played Indy, and they couldn't beat man coverage, and they struggled a little bit during that little stretch during the season. Everybody thought, well, the way you beat Kansas City is you have to, defend it with man coverage. Well, they figured it out, but unlike basketball, baseball, in the postseason, it's a one-game series. So if somebody gives you problems in a one-game series, you don't have time to, make those corrections and then come back next week and try to, correct it. So that's what makes football challenging to repeat. It's just once you hit the postseason, there is no series. It's one game, and that's if you don't bring your best that one game, you can go home.
Terrell Davis joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. How impactful is the Fournette signing in Tampa? It just
wow, man, it's ridiculous. It looks like it's starting to look like a Pro Bowl roster. Like it's looking ridiculous. Like, wait a minute, how are they getting all these players? They've already had most of them, but they bring in LaShawn McCoy. You now get Leonard Fournette, and you get Tom Brady on your squad, and now. It's still, we've seen before where you have these rosters, and I believe one time, if I'm not mistaken, it was the quarterback who said that man, we have this, who was that?
Vince Young.
It was the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, it was
backup quarterback.
It was Vince Young who said dream
Vince
team.
Young,
but I mean,
right. Vince Young, he declared their team to have like this, this roster, and it was a good roster at the time. But we know in football, it really is about chemistry, right? It's about all these pieces working together, and then you got to make sure you keep people happy. Everybody has to know their role, and the question would be, once they start to go through the season, whether it has success or not, are these players happy with their role? And only time would tell. But if you're Mike Evans, he's used to getting the ball a lot. If if you're Chris Godwin, you're used to getting the ball a lot. Well, if that changes, how would that affect them?
No, you're trying to sow some doubt here. I think TB12 and Bruce Arians will handle that. Yeah, I just don't see.
I'm sure.
No, look, you would know obviously better than I would about how.
So right now, is this team the Bucs right now? Your Super Bowl favorite? Like you put them in the Super Bowl?
TD, it's going to be tough not to. I'm going to be honest with you, man. It's going to be tough not to just jump head first. I don't see an NFC East team being better. I don't see.
Wait a minute. I mean, in their own division, though, you have the strength.
I get it. No, I know. And I know.
You have the Falcons who look like they are going to be, like, they're not going to stand quietly and say, oh, we're going to take.
No, I know.
They're not going to just bow to the Bucs.
I know, but I totally understand your 2011 Eagles dream team analogy. I totally understand that when you they were coming off a lockout. I remember that. That's when Vince Young said dream team. Yeah, we're back in dream team. And I was like, hold on a minute. But we're not talking about, Vince Young isn't the TB12 isn't the Vince Young quarterback that got acquired, and Gronk isn't the Nnamdi Asomugha. You know what I mean? Like this is significant in terms of the additional talent, and I think Arians is going to. He knows. I mean, he's been there. He's done that. It's tough not to think and just jump head first and go all in on this thing right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not fighting you on it.
It sounds like you are. I'll be honest with you. It sounds like it literally here. TD, just treat me like I want a third hour of an iPad and just move on.
I know. Pun, there you go. You got it, man.
No, it's okay. It's all right. Terrell Davis here on the Rich Eisen Show. How's your business going? What's going on with your business?
It's doing well, man. We've been my company is Defy, co-founder Defy, and go to drinkdefy.com, and we've been at it for over 2-3 years now. And so we're still moving, man. We launched our Defy Zero months ago, which is pretty awesome. But for those of you who don't know what it is, it's a performance drink. It has CBD in it. It has no THC, electrolytes, coconut water, and B vitamins, all the good things you need to allow you to be able to perform, maintain and recover. So, and you don't have to be an athlete to do it. You can be somebody who's a weekend warrior who just wants to feel better. But it certainly has helped me out a lot. And I'm constantly using our products. We also have a tincture, which is the oil, and we have a muscle bomb. So Rich, my love is just to be able to help somebody feel better and to be active in their lives and be able to work out without pain and swelling and be able to be the best that they can be. And so with saying that, we have products that can help you obtain those goals. So please visit us at, again, drinkdefy.com, and it's been good, man.
How do you like business? How do you like being a CEO? How do you like that? A co-founder?
I like it. It's good. It's like you, man. You're the CEO. Look at you running your own show, man. So it's like that. That feeling you get every morning when you wake up and you go off to and it's not even work. It's like you go off to. Number one, I don't go into an office or anything.
No, I don't think anybody really does anymore these days, unfortunately.
Right. Even when we were going to the offices, I wasn't going into an office.
Oh, but, okay. Yeah. Wow. Look at you.
I was already ahead of this, man. I already seen this coming.
You saw. I see. Okay.
I already seen the home office.
Well, it's all hands on deck. We established that to begin this conversation. It's all hands on deck in your household right now.
Oh my God.
So who's your Super Bowl pick? Who's yours?
Yeah, I haven't picked one yet. I know we did the thing for the network. They sent out the we were supposed to pick all the players of the year. Yeah.
I know. I got that too. Terrell Davis. You know what I did? I just fired it right back. I came up with my answers and I fired it right back. Ooh. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So who's?
Well, I didn't, but
you did not. Okay. So let's work. Let's workshop it.
But here's what I would say. I'm leaning toward these two teams being in the Big Dance.
Okay.
And it's New Orleans and Kansas City. Those are the two that I'm feeling good. Last year I had Minnesota playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Of course, Vikings didn't live up to their part, but Chiefs did. And I just think Kansas City is just going to be too hard. That's going to be tough. AFC and
yep.
Yeah, I think the Saints. I think the Saints will do.
Why? Brees' last dance?
Yeah, I think this is the last dance for Drew Brees. I think this is it. My man has never gotten a Player of the Year award or MVP. I think this is the year he gets that. He finally walks away with another ring, and the Saints just look like defensively they're pretty good up front, and they balance well with that offense, and they'll. That offense is 30-something points. They'll probably be number 1 or 2 scoring offense. I don't know. It's one of those gut feelings that, and listen, nobody knows anything at this point. We haven't seen anybody.
That's right. I know.
Crazy.
I know.
So
I hear you.
But you know what? I'm going to stay with that. That's going to be my pick for the rest of the year.
There you go.
And I'm not going to change like you guys do, Rick. You guys change on the show every week.
We actually were allowed a mulligan. We're allowed a mulligan on our Thanksgiving show. On our Thanksgiving show, we're allowed mulligans. And last year I didn't take it. I stuck with my preseason pick of I took Patriots versus I stuck with Ravens versus no, I changed. You're right. I'm just trying.
I thought you had San Francisco.
How dare you make me change? Or try and remember something a year ago. It feels like a decade ago. It feels like a decade ago. No, I know.
It proves my point is this.
Right.
Listen, we're talking about Super Bowl in the beginning of September, and even we were talking about this in like July, and it's like, all right, it made some sense when you can see a team practice, you can kind of see them go through preseason games.
Yep.
I mean, even then, it doesn't make a lot of sense. But you know what? For entertainment values, I'll give you a team. But I'm going to stick with mine. I'm not changing. I'm going KC in New Orleans.
All right.
There it is right there.
TD.
Write that down.
Okay, write it down. KC in New Orleans. Very, very, very thick limb that Terrell Davis went out on right there.
The number 1 and number 3 betting favorites. Great job, Terrell.
Well, let's just say he only puts the defy in his business. Let's just put it that way. All right, TD, you take care of yourself.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's it. That's TD. That's TD, everyone. At Terrell_Davis on Twitter. At the real Terrell Davis on Instagram. Love that guy. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.